Hey everybody, this particular clip of the podcast is from episode 119. Our podcast is called the Caffeinated Banter, and you can find this podcast on pretty much every possible streaming site for podcasts imaginable, ranging from Apple Podcasts to Spotify. So feel free to give us a look. I'll have a link in the description to our Anchor site where you can find all the other places that we are currently hosted. Today's target is Total War 3 Kingdoms as it faces review bombing. Anger over discontinuation of content. Total War 3 Kingdoms, the Total War game. Yeah, I get it. Released, let me see here, about the game's future or lack thereof. Released yesterday alongside a Reddit post. The team behind the game posted a dev update titled Moving On from the Total War 3 Kingdoms. In a 3-minute video, the team shares statistics about what players have done and the 2 years since the game release, expressed gratitude. So they're just... Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that's...
okay. We doing that then?
That's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So they're just saying that they just don't want to. They're not doing any more production or any more content towards this game. Although 2 years is still. I'm not fully familiar with Total War games.
2 years is okay.
So I don't know if
2 years is okay. The problem is that they, for one, announced they're now working on the sequel.
Oh.
And they promised some features that never got implemented.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, that might be a little annoying. There will also be no new patches for Total War 3 Kingdoms. Oh, great. Cool. So you're not even going to try to keep... I don't know, man. That on one hand, obviously it's up to them to decide how long they want to support their games. Like you said, 2 years is a relatively decent amount of time for continual support.
And you know the funny thing? The game is called Total War 3 Kingdoms. But what is in the game is actually nothing about the 3 kingdoms.
Oh. Okay, so what?
From what I know, it's the time period before the 3 kingdoms. Everything that's in it. So
what?
There's nothing in it where it's actually the 3 kingdoms.
Oh. Well,
yeah,
I got nothing, CD. I got nothing. That's I think I'm more surprised because I always felt like these kind of games were the ones that you could support for super duper long term.
Yeah,
like these kind of games I've always felt like you could do like DLC content bits. Like these kind of games I kind of assumed you could just support almost endlessly, like The Sims, really. Like
yeah, it's kind of like it's almost good for Paradox.
Yeah, like this is the kind of game. These kind of games are the kind of games I'd expect to be. I don't want to call them live services because I know they're better than that, but I think you see the point I'm trying to get at.
Games as a service stuff.
Yeah, like this I could at least see. Like I said, like The Sims. Like they make one game and then that game is supported with content bits for God knows how long until the next one comes out. So I'm really interested to know what I haven't watched the video, so I guess it might be in there about what exactly prompted them to be like, this isn't really worth our time to continue supporting it, unless the player base just wasn't there to support it.
I don't think they really said anything about that. I mean, the article certainly doesn't mention anything. And I think the article would have if they was in there.
Yeah, I'm really interested now, like, because again, like I said, this is one of those type of games where you could probably get away with supporting it for a really long time, and as long as you have a player base backing you, you could do a lot. So to see them drop the game after just over 2 years tells me that like maybe the player base wasn't there. It just wasn't worth their effort to support, which it's not a good look generally, but
I mean, certainly seems to be enough of a player base to support a sequel in their minds.
Yeah. Thank you for poking a hole in that argument. Never mind then. So you have a player base, you have a large enough player base to justify dev money towards a sequel, but not enough. But no reason to support.
Not enough for DLC. And
wouldn't DLC be cheaper?
Promised features. Yeah, since you don't have to build everything from zero.
Assuming they're building from scratch with the sequel, anyways, they could still use the same engine.
Well, I mean,
like.
They could, but if they want to do new features and all, they certainly have to adapt that, and you have to essentially do the whole campaign again and all, so there is a lot more groundwork to cover there.
All right, well...
With the DLC, you can just add bits and pieces. You can usually add features and all, but apparently...
And you could have a scenario that involves said Three Kingdoms?
Yeah.
I'm honestly dumbfounded by that one. That has me confused, CD. I'm sorry. Oh God,
it's kind of like you'd make a game that's called Total War: The Middle Ages, and and you use, I guess, the time before the Middle Ages as your time frame.
The game ends as the Middle Age starts.
Something like that.
It's like, but wait a minute, this isn't the game I bought. What? Oh goodness. All right, game. All right, you win. It's fine.
Not currently. Out of 4,800 reviews on Steam in the last 30 days, 18% are positive. So yeah, that's an overwhelmingly negative rating. So at this moment.
Damn.
So since the article that's improved, that went downhill.
All right. So what's the general view on review bombing? Like in this, like generally, I don't typically think review bombing is.
It depends. It has its place, I'd say.
Right.
As long as it's done to the game that it really concerns. I don't think it's used well when, for example, something like with Borderlands 3, when they announced it's gonna be Epic exclusive first, and then they review bombed the previous titles.
Yeah,
that's a bit bad. That's not so good.
Yeah, that's.
You can be dissatisfied and voice your opinions elsewise, but that's just the wrong place to do it.
Yeah, you're using the prior game, which did not have these issues.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, you brought up Borderlands, so I guess I gotta go there now, don't I? All right. I mean, this was your idea, so I'm just